This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Cops who robbed Manchester man jailed. Two policemen who held up and robbed a Manchester man of his licensed firearm and an undisclosed sum of money in 2013 are now serving time behind bars. The two lawmen, Constable Gary Gossop and Corporal Gregory Givens, were sentenced on Friday in the gun court to 18 years and 10 years respectively. Givens, who had pleaded guilty last month, was sentenced to 7 years each on 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm and 10 years for robbery with aggravation. The sentences will, however, run concurrently. Gossop, who was recently found guilty following a 6-week trial, was sentenced to 15 years each on 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm and 18 years for robbery with aggravation. The sentences will also run concurrently. The policemen were among 3 members of the police force arrested in 2013 following the robbery at the businessman's home in Mandeville on October 13. The third policeman was, however, acquitted. Facts are that the policemen, who were stationed in West Kingston and Portmore, went to the man's home and showed him a picture of a man allegedly wanted by the police. The businessman was informed by the police that they had information that the wanted man was hiding inside the house and that they had a search warrant for the premises. The policemen were allowed inside the businessman's home, and while there, they held him up at gunpoint and took his licensed firearm before ordering him to go upstairs. The police then forced the homeowner to open a safe from which they removed an undisclosed sum of money. The policemen also stole gold jewelry before leaving the man tied up in his home. However, the cops were picked up in Kingston 3 weeks later and put on an identification parade where they were identified and subsequently charged. Probe launched after gang member threatens to attack police station. Police say they are aware of a voice note circulating on social media with a male claiming to be a member of a notorious gang in St. James, demanding that authorities release a prisoner from their custody in the next 24 hours. The man, who claims to be a member of the Sparta gang, is also heard in the voice note demanding that police make $2 million available for members of the gang while releasing the inmate. The gang member is later heard threatening to carry out a gun attack on a police station in the parish if the demands were not met. "I want you to write this down. A certain person must be freed from jail within the next 24 hours, said the man. $2 million must be placed down for when we enter the police station. $2 million must be sitting and waiting for us when we enter, said the man, who claimed he was a brother of the man in police custody. The man in the voice note threatened that if the police did not comply, members of the gang would move to hurt a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. A member of the police high command told the news that the authorities were aware of the voice note and that the matter was being investigated. Increased daylight robberies in Manchester, say the police. The police are reporting that of the 7 categories of serious crimes, robbery is up by 21% in the South Central Parish, with migrant criminals carrying out daylight robberies due to the present curfew measures. Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of operations, Lloyd Darby, said an increase in robberies is of great concern to the police. The category of robbery continues to be of concern for us. It is the only category that we are up by 5, moving from 21% to 28% this year, compared to 23% this time last year. We continue our efforts and strategies to combat and keep at a tolerable rate this category of crime, he told last Thursday's sitting of the local municipality. We just want to inform you that we are seeing a difference in when robbers strike because crimes need an opportunity, and when people are on lockdown, the opportunity decreases, he said. We are seeing some morning robberies of vehicles and establishments. We have to be changing our strategies to try and combat this category of crime, he added. Meanwhile, head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Gary Francis, is encouraging victims of robbery and other crimes to report the incidents to the police. This follows a tweet on Thursday which created panic after it was said that a serial robber was targeting people who use the automated banking machines at a bank on Perth Road. The news spoke with a source who said he was targeted by a man twice who demanded money. "It happened to me 3 weeks ago. I was walking out of the bank with a friend of mine. We were leaving the ABM and he saw me with my phone in my hand. He approached me and looked at me head to toe and was reaching to the back of his shirt and said, 'You know, have something, forgive me.' And my friend saw the whole thing and grabbed me," the man told the news. He said that fortunately, he was able to escape the robbery attempt by getting into a car which sped off. He said the same man tried to rob him last year in the same vicinity and went further to say his friend was on Thursday followed by the man who showed a knife. He said his friend created a scene in a nearby restaurant, which the man had reportedly followed him into, resulting in the man fleeing. Up to the time of the interview on Friday, no report was made in relation to the incident to the police. However, Superintendent Francis said there has been increased police presence in the town of Mandeville and its environs. He also disclosed that the police were following strong leads into armed robberies carried out in Manchester by gunmen from other parishes. In relation to the Disaster Risk Management Act, DSP Darby said there has been compliance from citizens, with only 7 persons being prosecuted over the last 2 weekends of lockdown. "We hope that this compliance will continue into this weekend. The first weekend we charged 3 persons, and the second weekend we charge only 4 persons. While we see a reduction in illegal events, 2 of these people were charged at such events. The others were in drinking establishments after they should have been home," said Darby. "We continue to see a decrease in serious crimes this year in comparison to the corresponding period last year," he added. "There is a 41% reduction in murder and aggravated assault, with the categories each recording 7 cases since the start of the year in comparison to 12 for the corresponding period last year. There are 8 reported cases of shootings, 3 reported cases of rape, and 2 reported cases of larceny, which are all the same for the corresponding period last year. Break-ins are down by 25%, with 29 recorded so far this year compared to 39 at this time last year." Man murdered in Morant Bay. The St. Thomas police are probing the shooting death of a man in the parish last night. He has been identified as David Elliott, a 60-year-old laborer of Duane Pen in the parish capital, Morant Bay. Reports are that about 8 p.m. yesterday, Elliott was walking along Bamboo Lane in Morant Bay when upon reaching a bridge, he heard footsteps coming towards him from behind. The attacker allegedly shot at Elliott. The police say they were called to the scene, and on their arrival, Elliott was seen lying alongside a wall, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. Cops seized gun in Spanish Town. Man in custody. One man has been arrested in connection with the seizure of a 9mm Sig Sauer pistol with a magazine containing 14 9mm rounds of ammunition by the St. Catherine North Police. The firearm was seized during a joint police-military operation in Ellerslie Pen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Friday. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that about 10 p.m., lawmen were in the area when a premises was searched that was occupied by the man and was accosted, searched, and the firearm found in his possession. He was subsequently arrested. However, his identity is being withheld pending further investigation. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.